Hey, greetings and salutations, everybody. Welcome to another edition of From the Bottom Up. And today, as you can see here, we are doing Queen, News of the World, one of the greatest albums that you'll ever come across in the history of music, in my estimation. And that's why I chose it. This album was the sixth studio album from Queen, coming out on October the 28th, 1977. It was produced by Queen and Mike Stone. Peaked at number three in the US, number four in the UK. And in the US, it also went four times platinum. The one reason why I really like this album is that every track is different. It's like there was no two tracks that were in the same vein. Everything was all different and it had no concept at all. It's just one of those great albums that flowed nicely because you were getting a vast variety of different musical styles here. So we're going to go dig right in. And we're going to start off with our number 11. There are 11 tracks in all. I've got, yeah, this song, I like it, but it's just not as good as the others. Definitely some great playing on here by Brian May, obviously. He was the one who wrote it. It was recorded in one take, minus the vocals, and that was Sleeping on the Sidewalks, what I got here to kick things off on the news of the world from the bottom up. Yeah, this song is just not quite what I had in mind. It's definitely not my favorite song on the album, and it turns out to be my last favorite here at number 11. And my number 10 is going to be My Melancholy Blues, the Freddie Mercury vocal song here, where he kind of melds in jazz and blues together. Kind of takes you back to that late night feeling depressed torch kind of like song that you would picture at a bar or something. But just a great vocal from Freddie, and the music definitely pictures this, paints the scene perfectly, really. But yeah, definitely a cool song. Just not as good as these other ones that are going to be coming up here. And that is going to take me down to number 9, which is the Roger Taylor song, Fight from the Inside, sung by Taylor, and pretty much in addition to the drums. He also plays rhythm guitar, bass guitar, and he actually borrowed John Deacon's bass. And it's also one of the few songs on in the whole discography of the band where the song was almost entirely recorded by one member. To show you how this song has influenced, Slash from Guns N' Roses has cited this guitar riff to the song as one of his favorite riffs of all time. So that's pretty high praise coming from Slash. On a song where Roger Taylor pretty much played the whole thing. So it was quite interesting to see that. Number 8, I've got the good old Freddie Mercury, Get Down, Make Love. And this song was introduced into the band's live show pretty much after the release of this album and remained a staple of the medley that they play in concert right up until the end of the Hot Space Tour back in 1982. So Get Down, Make Love. If you got, there's a version on Queen Live Killers, which is pretty cool. Definitely recommend checking that out. And it's going to take me down to my number 7. And this song is the longest song on the album. It's written by Brian May, sung by Freddie Mercury, released as a single. It peaked at number 74. Has an impressive Brian May solo, and we're talking about none other than It's Late. It's a great song that it's weird coming on all the way at number 7 on here. That means 6 songs are, in my estimation, better than it. But man, if this song was on any other Queen album, it might possibly rank in the top 2 or 3 songs of an album. That's how good this song is. It just kind of hard when every track on this album to me is really really good. And another interesting note on this song, actually, Brian May experiments here with tapping, which actually was foreshadowing Eddie Van Halen's tapping technique there by months. So that was pretty interesting to see there, because obviously Eddie has always been kind of like the one credited with using the tapping method, and then here you got Brian May who actually used it before him. So that was pretty interesting. So that's seven. It's late. Six, another Brian May song, and we are talking All Dead, All Dead. Just kind of like a very melancholy type song. It's basically about the death of his boyhood pet cat. But I really like this song. It's definitely a different flavor, and it is mellow, and does put you in a somber mood in a way. But I've always liked this song, so that's why I got it at number six. Number five, here's the dark horse on the album, my take of it. Written by bassist John Deacon, and we're talking Who Needs You. It's got a reggae feel. Deacon and May both play Spanish guitar, and Freddie Mercury with a rare cowbell credit here on this song. Pretty unique here. And that's what we got for number five. We're going to go down to number four. Y'all know this song. This is the song written by Brian May, kicks off the album, and we're talking We Will Rock You, known across the world. Very, if you don't know this song, you don't know Jack, basically. May, he wrote this song. He tried to keep it simple to keep the fans at his concerts more involved during the show. And after the album came out, it was usually generally paired with We Are the Champions on the radio. You would hear We Will Rock You, and it would go right into We Are the Champions. And pretty much that's how it is even to this day on a lot of these classic rock stations. Some songs bands have, you got Journey with for feeling that way in any time. It's weird how you got a couple songs, Heartbreaker, Living, Loving, Made by Led Zeppelin. It's unique how these songs always seem to go together, but that's what they got for this one. And number three is actually going to be We Are the Champions, which is the song that it's connected to. We Are the Champions was actually the single. It reached number four. And yeah, this song, written by Freddie Mercury, despite never hitting number one, it's considered the catchiest song in the history of pop music by many. So, obviously it's played at a lot of sporting events. And yeah, Queen, for some reason, always seemed to write these anthems. And this is one of the biggest ones ever in the history of music. And that's what we got here at number three. We Are the Champions. Number two, the John Deacon penned Spread Your Wings. It's the only Queen single that pretty much does not have the rest of the group providing backing vocals to Freddie's lead vocals, which is a very rare occurrence, like mentioned here. This song was released as a single in the UK and it peaked at number 34. Um, but definitely an underrated song. I feel in the US it was never released as a single like it was in other areas. But I think if they would have released it as a single, I really think it would have done pretty good. Definitely a top 20 hit, I see. And then looking back on this song all these years later, definitely pretty cool song. Kind of sung by in third person narrative, um, which was kind of unique for Queen at that time there. So that's what we got for that. And that's going to leave you with one song that remains as our number one. And if you're paying attention, it's the Roger Taylor penned Sheer Heart Attack. I always liked this song. Yeah, and this is probably the hardest hitting song in the whole Queen catalog, right up there with Stone Cold Crazy. These songs really are hard hitting, and obviously Sheer Heart Attack was obviously written for the album, the title track from Sheer Heart Attack, but they never got to complete it until now, hence why the reason why it's on this album. But yeah, I'll tell you, John Deacon has written some of the most unique songs of the catalog, and yeah, without him, man, they wouldn't have had such a variety of great music here. And it's unique how all of these guys all individually write their songs, and then just amazing, how they all come about. Each album has its own unique thing here. So Sheer Heart Attack is our number one from this album. Going to give you the quick rundown on it all. Number 11, we've got Sleeping on a Sidewalk. Number 10, My Melancholy Blues. Number 9, Fight from the Inside. Number 8, Get Down, Make Love. Number 7, It's Late. Number 6, All Dead, All Dead. Number 5, Who Needs You? 4, We Will Rock You. 3, We Are the Champions. 2, Spread Your Wings. And number 1, Sheer Heart Attack. And that concludes this episode of From the Bottom Up. Thank you.